My wife and I are overlanding to Lake Tahoe for a much-needed mini vacation. I learned there isn't any dispersed camping in the Tahoe Basin area, and the approved campgrounds aren't accepting new reservations because of the pandemic. We're trying Hipcamps for the first time. Hipcamp is basically the Air B&B of camping. How is it up there in the loft?
Much cooler now that the windows are open.
Is it level?
Feels level.
Today's Wednesday, July 22nd, 2020. We're making our way towards Lake Tahoe, staying at Hipcamps along the way.
We are currently staying at Silver Fork Ranch at campsite number 2 near Kyburz, California.
How do you like it?
It's pretty spectacular.
I wasn't sure exactly what we were getting ourselves into as far as a hip camp, but I can say I'm pleasantly surprised.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good, I'm Rod.
Hi, Rod. I'm Christy.
Hi, Christy.
Thank you.
You too.
It's nice.
Can we buy more wood?
Absolutely.
We're making steaks for dinner. And instead of using the scuttle, we're going to take advantage of this tripod and cook the steaks over an open fire. The potatoes weren't cooking fast enough, so I had to put them in the hot coals.
Are they done?
I don't know. Oh my. These actually look amazing.
What do you think of the steak?
Very good.
Oh, man, I caught you right at dinner. I don't get up, Terrence. I'm good.
I'm fine, I can help you.
I'm good. Oh, relax, man. Have your dinner.
We just have a wagon called Radio Flyer. We slept in the next morning because our only plan for the day was to explore the 40-acre property along the creek and visit a nearby meadow. How many of you knew that when eggs freeze, they expand? I'm going to try and salvage them if I can. Almost done. is almost done. Oh, that's why they came to you. You have food.
Oh yeah. These guys give me eggs. I gotta keep them well fed.
Keep them happy.
Yeah. They'll never dry up. There's all natural springs. That's why Indians, settlers, been here for a long time. There's Indian grinding stones up and down the creek.
Okay. I'll go find those later. Come on, shower time. That shower was amazing. Campfire popcorn. Actually, it's Scotto popcorn. We stopped at a grocery store in Placerville on our way to Pollock Pines and the second hip camp. We needed more dry ice and had to replenish some necessary items. Historic Placerville. Can we go to the hangman tree real quick? There's parking right in front. Yes?
Can we go to the Kincaid Gallery?
Yes?
Okay.
If you let me do what I want, I'll let you do what you want.
Oh, is that the trade-off?
Oh my gosh, you know, I almost,
What about something like that?
That's pretty. I like that one.
That one, or what about this one?
I like the other one better.
No, it's the second one from the front.
on the lower level. It's called Father's Perfect Day.
This one.
Oh, okay.
That's
We do have those.
What's it called?
Lithograph of the year. It's called End of a Perfect Day too. That's this one.
Okay, perfect. I want to get that.
Well, this one sold out. So
Is
but
that
you
the
want
same one that was in
Uh-huh.
the window?
Yeah, but let me see if I have another one up.
How much is it?
They're $89.
What is this one?
This is actually Thomas Kincaid's very last painting that he had on his easel before he passed away.
Oh.
So they consider it a finished piece, of course, because he didn't finish it, but it's a little bit, you know, where I know he was going to probably add a little more detail to it. But, yeah. It's called Eternal Springtime, which just kind of,
Wow.
yeah, right? His
Yeah.
last painting is Eternal Springtime. So what they've done is a replica of what his easel looked like.
Right.
It's the last thing that he had.
Okay.
It's got a Bible there, and peaceful garden, and
Maybe just to add the touches for when you put the light on it, so it has that.
it still has the glow. It does.
Does it?
I just don't have good lighting right here.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. You live local or
No.
you're visiting?
Yeah.
So you know he grew up in this area?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he went to high school here.
In Placerville?
He went to high school here in Placerville, and most of his grade school. And he started his career right here. This is where he had his first publishing company here.
I like this one too.
I like this one behind you.
What's this one called?
Twilight Vista.
Tree Farm.
Here is Tree Farm.
And what are we looking for? Pie shop?
Pie shop in campsite 3. What kind would you like? Apple turnover or a turnover?
Apple.
Blueberry, apple, and nectarine.
2 apples. Strawberry or
I'll make your donuts for you.
Hi, I'm Jane Harris from Harris Family Farm here in Pollock Pines, California. We have a farm that has been in our family for 7 generations, 160 plus years. And we have camping here, so people can come and visit and see how our farm runs. We have apples and pears and blueberries, blackberries, pumpkins, and Christmas trees. And we also have a pie shop that we run, make lots of pies and apple cider donuts.
She didn't mention the lavender lemonade, which I went back for many times during our 2-day stay. Our campsite was a short distance across the main road in a conifer forest with powder-like dirt and uneven ground.
And we're at campsite 3?
Well, I think that's the group campsite. That might be campsite number 2.
Here's the gravel ends. Are we off to the left?
That should be us off to the left.
Tell me if that gets level.
Okay.
We had to change sites. The other one wasn't quite level enough. We made this one work.
Group site didn't really work out either. I walked back to the pie shop, and Jane was gracious enough to let us camp in the apple orchard. Of course, I got a cup of lavender lemonade while I was there.
How was it?
That was wonderful.
Your first shower in an apple orchard?
Yes. And a tree farm.
All right, my turn.
Your turn.
After my shower, I walked through the Christmas tree farm before heading off to bed. We had a full itinerary planned for the next day.
Good morning. Oh, you're warming up the tortillas.
Delicious.
I'm gonna have bacon now.
We came across these old relics on our way to the Marshall Gold Discovery State Historic Park.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you today?
Hey, you're real.
I sure hope so.
I thought you were a statue.
I've been called a lot of things, but never a statue.
Have a good day.
You too.
James Marshall discovered gold in 1848 on the South Fork of the American River in the valley the Indians knew as Kuluma, meaning Beautiful Valley. The gold discovery site, located in the still visible tail trace of Sutter's Sawmill in present-day Coloma, California, is one of the most significant historic sites in the nation.
We take our pan, we stick it all the way down to the bottom of the trough, and then we scrape across the bottom. It's very important to scrape across the bottom because gold is 14 to 15 times heavier than the water and 4 to 5 times heavier than everything else in the trough.
We're not going to be as rich as I thought.
And then to get rid of that sand, I'm going to dip it, pour it, dip it, pour it, dip it.
Oh, in the water.
I do it in the water. It
Okay.
makes the sand stay better in the pan.
I like your technique.
Well, you have to find one that works
Sure.
for you. I think
Those two pieces there.
I think that's pyrite. Maybe not. It's, something is attached. Copper is probably attached. I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure. Oh, that's a garnet. Hey, did you find any garnets yet?
No.
This is a garnet. Garnets are red, pink, and purple.
Do we have enough to buy lunch?
No.
Marshall comes to California in 1845, and he goes to Sutter's Fort, and Sutter hires him immediately. He's a skilled person. His dad taught him the skill of wagon right. He can manufacture an entire wagon, so he's a blacksmith and a carpenter. So after working for Sutter a couple of years, Sutter asks him if he can build a sawmill. And he said, yes. As a young man, I worked at one, and I remember how it was constructed. And Sutter says, well, go up in the mountains and find a place to build me a sawmill. And Marshall says, no. He says, I'll build a sawmill, but it's going to be a partnership. They had a problem. They hadn't dug the tail race deep enough. So they shut the flow of water off, allow it to dissipate, and then they start digging this deeper. The morning of January 24th, Marshall is down inspecting the job site like he did every morning. He's standing on a high spot in about 3 inches of water, and he looks down at his feet, and there's something very shiny in the water. He picks it up, puts it on a rock, grabs another rock, and starts smashing it. Now, Marshall has a 5th grade education, and his favorite subjects are astronomy and geology. He knows that gold found in nature is going to be very soft and malleable. And so by beating it between those rocks, he's testing it, and sure enough, it flattens out. Then he looks down at his feet, and he sees that there are all these golden particles all around his feet. He takes his hat off, caves the top of it in, and starts picking up these pieces of gold and putting them in the top of his hat. In a half hour's time, he had picked up $15 worth of gold.
We're on the Gold Discovery Loop Trail, and I'm looking for gold. Nothing.
Alrighty, right this way.
Yeah, my name's Emmerich over here at the Smith Flat House. Tonight our market fish is a yellowfin tuna. 6 ounces seared rare over our flat top grill, served over a little ginger soy rice with the seafood consomme as a little broth around that rice. It's topped with pickled ginger and a house-made sunomono salad. It's a cucumber salad, so Japanese inspiration with that. Really delicious. The yellowfin tuna does come in fresh, never frozen. All the sauce is house-made.
There's a mine shaft here, is that right?
It sure is, yeah. This is actually a certified California historic site. Since 1853, this was put in as a place for the miners to kind of be a base of their operation. If you head downstairs later, you can actually see the entrance to the original gold mine. They called this the 3 Mile House because it actually headed 3 miles directly to the courthouse on Main Street in Placerville underground. And it was 3 miles on the way from there to Carson City, Nevada. And there's kind of a mile marker at every point that the Pony Express would take. In time, this was a stop for the Pony Express, and actually right behind you there's a barn, and that is the original barn that was used by the Pony Express as well.
What is that?
Prosciutto flatbread with mozzarella, cheese, arugula, and cherry tomatoes.
All right, I'll give it a try.
All right, the box mark for you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah, enjoy.
Thank you.
Be right back with another steak knife.
And a fork too, please.
Yeah, of course. Now this is where we descend down into the cellar. So watch your step as we come on down. Head on in. This is totally looks different when we're serving dinner service down here. But you can kind of see what it looks like now underground. I think originally this was ground level, and then as they pulled things out of the mine, they built up around it. You can see on the side a couple of windows. People that used to ask if this was a building, my best explanation is that originally it was, and then over time, now underground, but of course I wasn't here in 1853, so I can only go on what I've kind of guessed and been told. Now, this is the entrance right here to the original gold mine. And please do ignore the ping pong balls in the well at the moment. The back room is also really neat. A lot of history back here. We call this one the blasting powder room, or the storage room for the blasting powder. This back wall, all pickaxed away. You kind of see the original pickaxe marks here. And even this cave was pickaxed away. Even the ceilings in there. This isn't like a little, this doesn't go much further than what you see. It's just kind of a storage room. Kind of tough to see, not too much light back there, but where they used to store all the blasting powder, which is pretty cool. Piano I'd play for the guests sometimes, you know, always nice to set the mood. I can't really carry this out into the courtyard, so I'm not able to do that at the moment. Yeah.
Thank you.
We made it to the Nevada side of Lake Tahoe and stayed at an Air B&B for 3 nights.
First impressions?
Okay.
We got up at 04:30 the next morning to see the sunrise over Fanat Island in Emerald Bay. Christy saw a picture of this in a gallery, so I suggested we take our own and have it framed. Afterwards, we hiked down to what is known as Lake Tahoe's only castle. Viking's home was built in 1929 by Mrs. Laura J. Knight as a summer home. Before starting construction, Mrs. Knight and her architect traveled to Scandinavia to gather ideas for the house. Some parts of the structure contain no nails or spikes as a result of old-fashioned construction methods. Most of the building was made from local materials. After walking around the castle for a short time, we hiked 5 miles along the Rubicon Trail to DL Bliss State Park.
Saw a cross down here from the trail. Let's see what it says. Brandon, Iraq vet. Funny.
Good morning.
Beautiful day, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's like a great day to go swimming too.
How cold is it, you know?
It's cold, but
Cold enough.
if you go down further, there's like a really neat little spot you could swim in.
Oh. Very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Enjoy your day.
You too.
I'll help balance your load. So this is the tree everybody's talking about. We just passed a local hiker. He said it's fallen within the last 24 hours. Big chunk of sap. I always find tree sap. Well, we made it.
4.4 miles later.
Yeah, but now we have to walk another mile up the road to catch our ride back to Emerald Bay.
Let's go.
Come on, I'll buy lunch.
Thanks for fixing me, honey.
You weren't that broken. My wife and I are at Tahoe Keys for a sunset wine tasting tour aboard the Golden Rose, a vintage 1953 Chris Craft Venetian water taxi. Our dinner tonight is a charcuterie tray.
Yeah, crappie.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good fishing area?
Oh yeah.
Unless you have 99 passengers or more, but you don't have to be ADA compliant. Because, I mean, you're on a boat too, so there's going to be a lot of movement around.
What are you looking at?
So I need
checking out the wine list here.
Oh, good, I'm glad we're inside.
The privacy screens too? Wow.
Nice.
This is coded right.
Oh, perfect.
Hi, honey.
Hi, sweetie.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
We're going to do about 2 hours along the southwest shore of the lake. We'll head into Emerald Bay, all the way back to Vikings Home, so lots of picture opportunities. Where are you guys from?
San Luis Obispo.
Oh, nice. How long are you in town?
Till Wednesday?
Got some, a couple of good days here before we start cooling down. We're on here in Eldorado County, down at Verimono Vineyards. They're in near Placerville. This is a blend of Vermentino, a little bit of Fiano, and some Pinot Grigio.
Well, there's the difference between the ones that are in the oak barrels and then you have the steel barrels, steel vats.
Yeah. And even that, you've got American oak versus French oak. And then if it's new oak versus neutral oak, you know, so all those things will play a factor in how
The flavor adds to it.
Yeah.
And then
So this one is 25% new oak and 75% neutral. So it's just a little bit, you still get a little oak to it, but not like heavy.
it's not as buttery. Yes.
It's not like in your face, but sometimes some Chardonnays, it feels like you're just like got a spoonful of butter in your mouth, you know?
How is it?
Tasty.
What are the two cheeses?
That's a triple cream brie, dauphinoise, and then that's an aged Gouda. This is the Celeste Rosé. You're welcome.
Shane,
Yeah.
would you tell me a little history about the boat?
So 1953 Chris Craft. Here, better yet.
Visual.
Here you are. So that first picture there is the way Chris Craft built it. First picture on that thing there.
Okay.
It's a double cabin flybridge cruiser. It was up in the northwest, up in the Seattle area. In '96, they have a real bad snowstorm they weren't accustomed to. It was in a covered marina, and the weight of the snow collapsed the roof and crushed over 300 boats. This boat was resurrected by the original owner and rebuilt as a Venetian watercraft. So the hull's original and everything else above the hull has been rebuilt.
It's very impressive.
Yeah, it is.
It's a tea house. So that was built in 1929 by Lord Knight, who purchased most of Emerald Bay in 1928. We'll see her house here in just a moment. But she used to have a boat dock out here in front, and she would have her butler motor her over instead of afternoon tea for her and her girlfriends up on the island.
Are you allowed to camp in this area?
Yep, you can camp. There's a boated campsite back here, and then you can, yeah, we've camped in here with our other boat. You can camp in and pretty much get the whole place to yourself. We did it on full moon one night, which is awesome. It was gorgeous in here.
Oh, I bet.
So Laura and I had the tea house on the island I was just speaking about. This was her summer house. It was actually her second summer house here in Lake Tahoe. And she absolutely loved this area. She was winter in Santa Barbara and then summer here in Lake Tahoe. All right. Great. Thank you guys.
Until next time.
Yeah. Yep. Have a great week.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Arriving at Fallen Leaf Lake Hotspot on the right.
We're going to a secret spot on Fallen Leaf Lake that only locals know about. Here's the lake. It's bigger than I thought it would be.
They are not afraid.
Whose pockets are full of bread.
Or people, maybe they have food.
Wow, so clear. Tahoe got better.
Yeah, it's not as bad. It's just when the wind was.
But don't be afraid to get a little aggressive with Doc if you have to. You gotta make him care.
I had a horse like that in Cedar Grove.
Hello.
Hi.
In 2.5 miles, head to Angora Lakes on the left. Head to Angora Lakes on the left.
Get it? Why they block off parking? Doesn't make sense.
We couldn't find any place to park for Angora Lakes because they have most of the parking spots blocked off. So we're going to try another time. But instead we're going to go to the Angora Lookout. This is the shortest fire lookout tower I've ever seen. Years before there was an established lookout, Forest Service fire spotters used Angora Ridge to watch for blazes in the Tahoe Basin forests. Prior to this lookout being built, wildfires burned millions of acres every year. In response, the Forest Service built lookouts in forests across the country. Here at Lake Tahoe, there were 3 built: Angora, State Line, and Zephyr Point. Technological advances in fire detection and poor visibility due to decreasing air quality made this lookout and others like it obsolete. Now the Forest Service relies on the many people who report fires by cell phone and from aircraft, along with highly technological advances in fire detection satellites, infrared, and lightning triangulation sensors.
Powerful glaciers sculpted the visible landscape. During the last ice age over 10,000 years ago, huge glaciers in the Sierra Nevada carved out many lakes in the land surrounding Lake Tahoe glaciers, moved down the V-shaped canyons on Lake Tahoe's western side, scouring away rock and creating broad U-shaped valleys. These elongated depressions, Fallen Leaf Lake, Emerald Bay, Cascade Lake, and others, filled with snowmelt water. As glaciers carved their way through the Earth's surface and then melted, they left behind deposits of soil, rock, and gravel. These ridges of debris are called moraines, a French word meaning rubble heap. The long ridge directly across Fallen Leaf Lake from Angora Lookout is a lateral or side moraine. It was formed by the debris the glacier deposited as it moved down the Glen Alpine Valley. Angora Lookout stands on a medial moraine, formed as two lateral moraines merged under the enormous pressure of two adjacent glaciers. One glacier came down Glen Alpine Valley, the other down Tahoe Valley.
This meadow has monkeys, elephants, and shooting stars. The monkey flower, elephant head, and shooting star are just a few of the beautiful wildflowers you can discover along the trail.
Hi, we have a reservation at 5:45.
I think I'm going to chart your course. The prime rib and mushrooms. Good choice of appetizer.
Looks delicious.
Very good. I got up early the next morning while Christy slept in. I wanted to see a true alpine lake. For me, that is a small lake high in the mountains, which isn't surrounded by beaches or a lot of people. Well, finally found Eagle Falls. I've been wandering around in the dark with my headlamp on all these little side trails. I didn't see this one this morning when I started. Let's go try and catch the rest of the sunrise. It keeps going up and up and up. Having some of these trail markers earlier would have been helpful. Well, at least I know I'm on the right trail. Good morning.
You guys been out here before?
No.
All right, well,
during the winter.
In the winter, awesome. We want to get off of that mid deck on the way up. It's where you can get all the good views and photos. Follow me, camera.
Right, coming at you, Jimmy, coming at you.
Right up there, number 69.
69 car.
Yeah, that's a good number.
How you doing?
Better now that I ate something that had some water.
Better than Mammoth, right?
Still hate heights.
Is this one better than Mammoth? Up until right then.
It's not as cold and definitely not as windy.
It's definitely not as cold. I wish it was. Well, I know you're not excited about it, but thank you for doing this.
You're welcome. Figure to make it worth our money, yeah?
Definitely. It just seems weird that people could actually ski down this with all of these rocks and logs and trees. You'd have to have a lot of snow. Hello.
Have a good day.
Hello, we're gonna just go around. Thank you.
Very good.
I like the breeze.
I love the breeze.
Much cooler. Much cooler.
All right, you were up here a while.
Hi, sweetie.
Hello, honey. You're in 2 states at once.